Hi guys, Carcer back again with another few games of Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. Jumping straight in to a game. Yes, got the Blood Axe fleet. Playing a stealth fleet, and we're going to be against Zagalito. Zagalito, who is going to be flying the Tau Protectors. Nothing unusual really in this fleet, just got a handful of terrors and hammers, bunch of onslaughts, and of course we'll be taking the commando training skill, commando training upgrade, another bridge upgrade. It's always handy for orcs. If the enemy tries to run away, then obviously you want to be able to maintain lock-on so that your weapons aren't completely useless. So I've got my escorts spread out across the map. I'm just going to be trying to capture the nearby points. There's one point all the way on, it's just out on its own over on the right hand side of the map. So I'll speculatively move up for that. Okay. Don't see any reds. Oh wait, I haven't started yet. Main bulk of my fleet is going to be moving up the far left hand side of the map, and hopefully we'll catch out the enemy. Okay, so they're all blobbed up in the top center. Not really anywhere near any points. I would have thought they'd have maybe gone for that top left one early, but they may have stealth ships. So I'm able to target subsystems on the back 4 ships, but not the front one. And from the speed it's going at, I'm guessing that front one is a sphere rather than an escort. So that's no problem. Not going to scout them just yet. I could send an aircraft up there, but I don't want to give my position away. I would quite like to get the jump on them. And okay, so we've got 3 escorts over in the far left. That's kind of a bummer, because that means he's going to have scanner pulses over on that left hand side of the map. And with me capping the points, he's probably going to be even if I don't cap the points, he'll be scanning ahead thinking that there could be something there. Which means there's a good chance he'll catch my cruisers and battle cruisers. You got it. But I'll just move a few more ships up. I just want to capture that point, then I can maybe push my escorts up and engage there. I bet they're just captured now, so they're going to be heading straight down for me. Okay, yep, it is a ball. It's revealed itself. And we've got something capping at the points over here as well. Going very slowly, so probably escorts again. At the moment I've got my fleet on brace for impact, because if I do get suddenly spotted, I just want them to be ready with that just in case we get a huge volley of seeker missiles heading my way. Because I'm not quite sure what the rest of the enemy fleet is yet, aside from that ball. I suppose they would be able to, they'd be able to fit a ball and like 4 cruisers. Okay, so we've got 3 escorts over here on the right hand point. Just going to engage them. He doesn't seem to have clocked what's going on over there yet. I mean, he's probably doing some kind of fancy maneuvering somewhere else.
The enemy has seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area.
Now I'm pretty confident that my 2 onslaughts can take out these 3 enemy ships. I think it's what are they, just wardens, or yeah, I think they're just like cheap escorts, like the gravity hook ones that the protectors get. So that's 1 down already. I mean, these onslaughts, they'll pretty much always come out on top in a 1v1 against almost any escort. The Necron ones they can have trouble with. Possibly some of the good Space Marine slash AdMech escorts. But these little Tau boys, no problem. Even in this guard dows, I think the onslaughts can take out pretty easily. Damn it! Okay, so oh well, there goes the surprise. So let's get a little tractor ram off there just to make sure these guys don't get away. Whoopsie. There is 1 more escort. Yeah, there we go. Just spotted him now. Let's pop a wee scanner pulse, make sure he stays visible. We've taken out the 2 escorts on the right hand side. It's great, so let's go and cap that right hand point. Looks like the enemy fleet are firing at my escort rather than my my main fleet, so that's great. So I'm just going to pop them on to brace for impact, go for a wee butt ram on this. I think that's oh shit, I can't remember what it's called. Is it Castellan or something like that? The one that's got the Seeker missiles anyway. So, okay, what we got here? Light cruiser, 2 cruisers, no, just 2 light cruisers and 2 cruisers, along with the sphere. Okay. A bunch more escorts. My escort should be able to deal with them easily enough. Okay, here come the Seekers. So we drop a bunch of fighters out, try and strip those down as much as possible. We are still on brace for impact. It looks like we can take a single one of those Seekers, which is great. So we're just going to do a wee drive-by on the War Sphere. Definitely avoiding the disruption bomb as well. So that's popped off. 24 boarding actions on the Sphere. I do still have fighters up, which should hopefully deal with all of these bombers, no problem. So we're just going to ignore the War Sphere now. I'm just going to start beating up on the rest of the enemy fleets, starting with the flag. He's not trying to get away, which I'm not sure if I think that's a particularly good idea. Try and just go toe to toe and brawl orcs. I mean, he had ample opportunity to get away. I was like a good half a map away from where his fleet was. I mean, what he probably should have done was to maybe send the ball out to engage, and then back the rest of his fleet way back, just to fire off all their ordnance. So let's go for a few rams. Not going to bother about it. Brace for impact. It's going to take a small amount of damage ramming the light cruiser anyway. I'm going to eat some bombers though, I think. Yeah, those bombers are no joke. Like, even like the bombers from that light escort there, like, took a huge chunk of damage off my that cruiser on the right hand side of the screen. Okay, looks like we've damaged the generator on the remaining full cruiser, and he's now broken. I don't know if I've got his deck. I did have decks targeted. I find it hard to see on the Tau ships when you've damaged a module though. It doesn't seem to be quite as visible on the cruisers anyway. So there's still a bunch of escort ships to be mopped up. War Sphere is broken. I do have a mutiny in one of my ships. I'm just going to wait until I've got the... yeah, this guy's pretty much dead. So I'll pop the rally there.
You have accumulated 50% of
And if he doesn't capitulate, now it's just time for the mop up. So that was fine. Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate I got spotted when I did. I would have preferred just to get the jump on the enemy in case they did actually try to kite away. But luckily the guy just sat there, so it was pretty simple stuff. Don't actually, yeah, didn't lose a single ship.
You have seized a strategic area.
Okay, it's gonna bosh him into the little asteroid there. That's always fun.
You have seized
Oh, it's actually got some discard dives. Okay, disengaging now with the ball. So that looks like it's going to be it. I suspect this is a newer player.
you have accumulated
There are quite a few still going about, thanks to the sale that was on recently. Might still be on, I'm not quite sure. Two, three, four fleet. Yep, 2 cruiser battleship, 2 light cruiser, yeah, discard house, 2 wardens and a castellan. I mean, yeah, that seems like an okay fleet. If I were him, I probably would have separated off the light cruisers, had them go off and do some shady shit. Although he probably thought he had plenty of escorts that he could win engagements against other escorts, but orcs not to be sniffed at. And yes, do not adjust your sets, people. I am in fact playing Necrons for a change. Just thought I'd mix it up a little bit. Haven't played Necrons for well, I did have a few games in Necrons using just like light cruiser fleets, which I feel like would have been quite good in most situations, but what I ended up getting put up against was double cairn fleets in Necron mirror match, and yeah, they did not do well in that matchup at all. Perhaps if I'd made better use of my lightning link, which is the bit of kit that I've been using with the Necrons, because I feel like that's a very, very powerful ability. Like if you can get that off and sustain it, you could really fuck up a lot of ships. You could certainly use it to cripple a single like enemy flagship. And the thing is, theoretically it should work really well against Necrons, because once a Cairn particularly, because once it's popped its teleport, then it's got totally shit maneuverability. And same for orcs, in fact. So I find myself as Necrons playing against orcs. So I guess we've got slightly split loyalties here. I do really enjoy these nippy as fuck little escorts though the Necrons have. Their teleport, it's fantastic. All round 83 armour and decent weapons as well. So they're good little ships, very fast, worth the price. So the bulk of my fleet is 4 Harrowers. I'm just keeping them hidden in the gas cloud for now. I want to see if I can try and split up the enemy fleet. I don't really want to engage the whole blob of them head on. So it turns out they've got a fuckload of mega cannons. That might not go very well for me. It looks like they've definitely got a lot of escorts. I'm hoping that this beacon is not going to carry on to my gas cloud. I want to try and stay hidden. Hopefully it'll just stop. Hey, okay, cool. Stopping the point. So it's all it's really doing just now is my one escort. I might even just drag it out the way so that I can move up without actually getting spotted with my cruisers. Now with my 4 cruiser fleet, I don't have the best durability. I mean, they've only got like 1600 hit points each, something like that. So even though they've got very good armor, they're still going to be kind of vulnerable. Okay, so they've got a Deadnought Urdunky, and then those other bombers, I guess, could just be from. Oh! Oh, they changed that. Now, I could have sworn that if you had a beacon on you, it used to be that if you teleported with a Necron, then the beacon would just be left in place, and your ship would teleport away without taking the beacon with it. But looks like that's changed. I don't remember that happening. I don't remember ever seeing that in the patch notes. I'm sure that's what used to happen, because I had some like pain in the arse Necron build that I used to play against, who used a lot of light cruisers, and they would use the mass recall a lot and just hop all over the map. Back before mass recall got nerfed with the limited uses. Yeah, that used to really frustrate me that you could like maybe stick one with the beacon, but then it would just jump away. Oh, okay, so that's changed. Oh well, that's good to know. So we're looking at 3 cruisers / battle cruisers. Thinking it's probably, well, at least one of them's a battle cruiser, because that looked like it was just a single bomber squadron that got sent out, which means it's probably a hammer or a hammer smacker. What's that? All savages? I mean, they're kind of splitting up. He's probably going to move his escorts down to the bottom left point to cap there. I've got escorts up in the top of the map, so I can just move them behind to back cap. So I'll just do that once I've got the enemy engaged. And I'll just plugging away at my wee escort there. Nah, that's not much point in recruiting him. Okay, let's get to work. Let's not forget to go in a stance. Okay, reload. Yeah. I should really have just gone straight into dispersed arc, since there's now so many ships here. I could have been doing some really nice damage just now rather than just focusing on the one. But whatever. Okay, take a few boarding torpedo hits, including on my flagship. Ooh, now I've got to watch this, because I do actually have very low crew counts on these. Oh man, that sucks, I've got an engine damaged already. Okay, I'll have to repair that. And then, hop the fuck out of there. Orcs have just given me their arse for some reason. Don't know what's going on. Look at it, he's not even trying to. Okay, there he goes. Strange. Alright, just trying to get a few boarding actions off. As I'm playing orcs, I mean, you do usually do anyway, but certainly do it against orcs. I've got the decks targeted on the enemy ships, which is particularly effective against orcs. Unfortunately, do have red engines on that rear cruiser, but now we're able to activate the dispersed lightning arc, and it's now going to start doing a nice bit of damage to all the escorts as well. I've taken a lot of boarding actions on that bottom cruiser. I'm just going to leave him firing. I'm not going to bother going into this stance yet. That won't be enough to completely take out my crew. I'd rather just sort of keep him blapping away. Right, let's drop a stasis bomb down here. Catch, well, certainly catch the enemy flagship. Hopefully catch a few others as well. Just mess up the movement. Dispersed lightning arc's doing some great work. So, not the best engagement. Again, I think it's a fairly new player. I really could have done that better. Right, flagship's dead, so there goes the mass mutiny. Just in the nick of time too, because crew's getting dangerously low on my flagship. And I completely forgot about most of my escorts, but it doesn't matter.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to jump into Necrons every once in a while. I just like the way their weapons look. Obviously, with the Harrowers, they don't get any particle whips. They've only got the lightning arc weapons. Oh shit! You know, now I come to think of it, I had the structural analyzer skill or upgrade even. And I completely forgot I had it, so I didn't bother keeping an escort with my fleet to provide a scanner pulse for it. Oh well. Did I? Yeah, I took structural analyzer and Tesseract crypt. Bugger. Oh well. Luckily, I was playing against a level 4 orc, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, I don't really like the lone Deadnought or Donkey. I mean, if you're going for like an all boarding themed fleet, was it Cruiser Killers, a Terror Stomper, and 10? Oh, it was Ravager. It was Ravagers? Oh, Ravagers suck. Fuck those guys. Never use those pieces of shit. I thought they were savages. It's kind of hard to tell with the orc ships. They all look a bit sort of chunky clunky, don't they? Well, at least he took the another deck upgrade, which I wholeheartedly agree with. Good man. Although that asteroid belt one is worthless. Although maybe good against Tyranids, because it does protect you from damage against spore fields as well, which can certainly be a thing against the old Nids. Well, I don't know why I've left it on this end screen for so long. I think I've fucked up the edit a little bit. So let's carry on waffling shit. So yeah, good fun playing the Necrons, but I think for this next game, I'm going to jump straight back into the old orcs. Same fleet as before. It's going to be the Blood Axe fleet, featuring hammers, terrors, and onslaughts. So this time we're going up against Tyranids, who are going to be fielded by question mark in a diamond. So, dunno. I've played someone with that symbol for their name before, but I don't know if that's like a bug or if that's actually the player's name, or if that's just like, I don't know, if like their details somehow bug out and you just get shown that for whatever reason. Fuck knows. But we're going to have a similar setup to the last match. I'm going to try and set up the bulk of the fleet going up the left hand side of the map. And then we're going to move up, try and figure out where the enemy is, and then hook in and try and dive on them. Meanwhile, escorts are going to be camping around and also doing a wee bit of scouting. Happy enough with the skills, we're going to take WA songs along with commander training this time, just to mitigate things like excessive fire damage of the pyro fleet, psychic scream, all that good stuff, or even just morale loss due to being in spore fields. Gonna have a nice crew of 5 escorts. They're going to go up for the middle point in the gas cloud there, whereas the 2 points on the far left and far right hand side, I'm just going to send a single ship to each of those. With that big mob of escorts moving up, hopefully if they do encounter 1 or 2 Tyranid escorts, Krakens, then they should be able to take them down fairly easily. Hopefully, if that's what he sends out to cap ahead of his main fleet. And if he does send his main fleet after them, then I'll be able to pop a scanner pulse and get them revealed. And hopefully act as a distraction or some kind of bait so I can lure them a bit closer to the rest of my ships. So the enemy's got a couple of fighters coming out. Just going to split up my escorts actually. I'll keep them nearby, but I don't want to chuck everything up there because I'm kind of paranoid now that they might get jumped on. It's going to be some kind of boarding fleet. I mean, all Tyranid fleets are boarding fleets, I guess, but yeah, a specialised one. No, hopefully it's just... No, he spots the nearest escort. But it doesn't matter, they'll re-stealth as soon as the fighters are gone. Okay, I have captured the left-hand point, or we will do in a couple of seconds. Luckily none of the fighter craft the enemy sent out are going anywhere near my cruisers. So we still have the element of surprise. Just try to trace back where they're going. So it looks like maybe somewhere on a line just above the kind of middle right point there. You got it, boss. So we're going to start moving in. Once again, I am going to get spotted with that 1 escort, but that's fine. He'll just re-stealth. Okay, there's another group of fighters up there. Let's see if we can see where they disappear. Keep an eye out. Right, get him re-stealthed and move him up. Okay, come on fighters, where are you going? There we go. Okay, one hive ship. Okay, so he's got 3 hive ships. Looks like they're just floating by, yeah, nearby to that point there. They're probably waiting to try and spring an ambush.
You have seized a strategic area.
Just gonna back up in case because he's probably gonna pop a scanner pulse, and I do not want to get caught on that yet. So we'll just see if we can either kill these escorts or just frighten them off. The hive ships are very nearby. No, he's making a run for it. Well, we do grab another point there, so that's good. Okay, time to start moving the fleet back again. So we're going to aggressively pursue these Tyranid escorts. And yeah, it looks like they're pyro acid rather than krakens. Okay, here he comes. Good. Right now, let's get turned around. Pop a scanner pulse. Excellent. Okay, spotted one of the hive ships. Now let's just move back down towards this gas cloud and try and get them to follow us. So although I've had plenty of time to manoeuvre, I suspect the enemy's going to think I'm still going to be coming from the bottom of the map rather than hooking in from the right here. I'm just going to assume straight off the bat that the enemy hive ship has got Void Lurker, so the enemy Admiral hive ship has got Void Lurker, so I'm not going to target that even if I do see him. I'm just going to go for the other hive ships first, get them out of the way, because they're such a pain in the arse to try and chase down. Look at that Void Lurker ability. Okay, we're getting super close. And just about time to go. And surprise! Let's see if he boots in a funny direction. Boom! Let's keep him there in the bubble. Let's send out some ships to spot him. We're going to keep the mega cannons on that one ship. Okay, here comes the first of the inevitable spore fields. That's fine, we'll just move everyone into a position where they can all fire the main weaponry, and then we'll just stick them on yeah, so he's just spunking all of his escorts in at once, which is great. That means that his spore fields will all just be used up and dissipated at about the same time. Unfortunately, don't have the tractor cannon up in time to catch that catch that hive ship. Get a few more spots off. A lot of fires. I think that's my flag, unfortunately. But we're doing great damage to this this first hive ship that we engaged. Right, so now I'm just gonna move the other cruiser into the spore fields and then use them to my advantage, and I'm just gonna re-stealth. Which I will once these fighters are dead. I'll just use my lone escort here to finish off the enemy hive ship. Don't think I'll quite make contact. Ah, so close. Good stuff. Right, one down. I have unfortunately lost my flagship, and with it my ability to use Wasongs and the tractor cannon, which kind of sucks. But yeah, he got really heavily focused down. Probably should have microed him a little bit better. Right, another spore field goes down. Fine by me. So they're sending fighter waves in, but I think these ships have only got like 2 fighter bays each, so they get taken out by my point defense pretty quickly, and then I'm re-stealth again. Then what are you gonna do, buddy? So that's the other thing, because he spunked all of his escort ships into me right at the start of the engagement there, then he no longer has any scanner pulses left. And in order to try and keep my ships pinned down, he's going to have to rely on just firing the spore fields from his flagship. I do have some unfortunate debris in the way. Oh, forgot to have him on burn retros. Got to keep yourself on burn retros when you're in the gas and the spore field like this, because otherwise you take damage, and more importantly you take morale damage. But it looks like that debris is actually kind of working for me as well, blocking a few shots from the enemy flagship, apart from those two which just passed straight through it. And I'm stealth again. I'm thinking he's got to be running out of fighters pretty soon if he's only got the 2 ships between him. Okay, well there go the shields on that one hive ship, so we'll just send out some bombers. Strikecraft even. So what's that? Full, put some 14 on him. So 14, so that'll be enough. But oh god, that'll be just enough to get him down to yellow crew. But of course, Tyranids can replan their crew. Another squadron of fighters. We'll just kill those. Right, we're going to see if we can get out of this, once this next spore field dissipates, we'll see if we can get out. We just need to be ready to hit the boost. Or does the spore field ability, so did it have infinite charges, or does it just have like, I mean, is it the usual battleship 4 charges they've got? I'll have to check that, I can't remember. Like, I thought they had unlimited charges, but I might be wrong. Okay. This is looking good. Enemy's distracted, so if he does have any spore fields left, I don't think... Okay, so I think he just figured out, oh wait, I'm losing horribly on points. But yeah, it's good. We'll send a few strikecraft over their enemy flagship's way. See if we can get him down a crew step as well. Did I actually take the other one down a crew step? 24, and he's back to full. Okay, so he uses his ability to regen his crew. Well, that's fine. I'd rather they do that than regen their ordnance or use that fucking double dash to escape me. And we're moving again. So this has been a weirdly slow-paced game, but yeah, it's been kind of funny, I guess. Just sitting in the safety of the enemy's on spore fields. So just going heads up with this this other secondary hive ship. Go for a wee boosty boost. There was another spore field. Luckily, we managed to miss it. Let's get the fighters out, do a bit of extra damage. In retrospect, I probably should have sent them off with the flag. That guy's just about to die anyway, but whatever. So yeah, that was kind of fun. I think that could have gone very differently if the enemy hadn't just chucked all of his escorts away. If he'd just held them back, been a bit more disciplined, he could have sent them in one by one, and then he could have kept the spore field going for a lot longer, and he could also have kept me spotted, so we'd be able to remain firing. I mean, he really should have, what he should have done was like boosted one of his hive ships up behind my fleet, and then he could have gotten some like juicy rear shots off, maybe got some engine damage earlier on in the match when it would have been more useful. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange situation. And it's only a level 6, so can't really be too harsh. Oh well, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.